8 minutes past 8. Welcome back to Sunrise Daily. Well, we'll go live now to Seun. He's on the streets, so you may just hear somebody just walking behind him and making some sort of phone call while he's talking to us. Morning, Seun. What's going on where you are in Ekiti?
Thank you, Chamberlain. Well, it's a bright morning and an early one for the people of Ado Ekiti. We are right at the Fajuyi Park. It's a very popular park, the intersection that takes you in and out of Ado Ekiti, the capital of the state. Well, we woke up this morning to some security patrols. We could see military officers, military operatives moving in and out of the state, which shows that the presence of the military is high and they're on top of the game. As we heard earlier on from the police authorities, they're telling us that we have about 12,000 police officers that are going to be manning and being around at the different polling centers. We've seen a couple of other security agencies like the National Civil Defense Corps and also the Nigerian military. But right now in the town, what we can see is calm, everybody going about their businesses just as normal. But let me remind you that schools have been closed because of the election, and most of government activities there also will be running up today as early as possible because of the election. People are actually preparing. You could actually see people moving in and out of town. The traffic situation is just as normal like you will find it on a usual day in Ado Ekiti. Things are calm. People are going about their daily businesses. Unlike what we heard earlier on, that people might be scared moving around town. But what we can see this morning is that people are just okay and calm.
You've had contact with the INEC officials. What's the mood at the INEC office right now? What in terms of preparations and all of that?
All right, thank you, Nata. What we saw yesterday was that they distributed the sensitive materials. The non-sensitive materials have been distributed for several days now. We have slightly over 2,000 polling units, 2,195 polling units. And those are the places where they've discharged the sensitive materials. It was done in the presence of politicians yesterday, at about noon yesterday. That was when it was done. So we saw those materials being distributed. And again, we saw that some of the observers were on ground also to monitor the process. And largely, the materials have been distributed. Security operatives were guarded the materials to the different places. This, they say that they want to do early enough so that the issue of logistics is not a problem in this very election.
I mean, we spoke to Kaide Ado, talked about a number of issues, the voters' card being distributed. Could you give us a sense of the voting population? What do we expect?
I didn't get you the last few words,
voting
Chamberlain.
population. How many do we expect to vote in the wards, in the local government area, in the states, for instance? Do you have that rundown?
All right, very, very well. I do have the rundown. It will interest you. Let me start with this. We have more women voting population in the state. They make up about 51%. Let me give you an idea of the entire voting population. We have 732,166. 732,166. That's the total number of voters in the state. And of the total number, 51% are women. Very interesting. But the idea is that there are a few places that you need to look out for in this very election. The politicians who will be jostling and fighting for the heart of these particular places. One is Ado Ekiti, very crucial. It has about 3 or 4 local governments put together in terms of the numbers. It has, out of the 732,000 voting population, Ado Ekiti alone has 134,141. That is huge. It's the state capital. I mean, where we have the state capital, the local government houses the state capital, and it has the largest voting population. So all the parties, all the politicians, we have their eyes here just to fight for the heart of this place and get the voters here. But Chamberlain, I have one of the observers in town, Festus Okoye, who has been monitoring the polls. Apart from what we can see as journalists, he also can give us an understanding of what the situation is. But Mr. Festus Okoye joins us now on Sunrise. Thank you for joining us on Sunrise this morning. Give us a sense of what has been happening so far from what you have been able to observe and what you can see on ground.
Well, I have been here since Monday trying to get a feel of what is going on. It is very clear that the Electoral Management Body is ready for these elections. The ordinary people are also ready for these elections. The security forces are also ready for this particular election. But one concern we have, which may really be fundamental to the success or otherwise of this particular election, is how the security forces and the security agencies conduct themselves. We can see that they have arrived in large number, and because of their large number, there's a possibility that the people may have confidence in the elections or they may simply stay away. So I believe that the security forces and security agencies should and must conduct themselves in a manner that gives confidence to the electoral process, but we are ready.
All right. Just before I allow you go, tell me, did some of the materials have been taken out of INEC of headquarters here along Old Ini Road? Tell me, from that observation, the distribution, how did it go? Do you think that is reliable, the way it's been conducted? Do you think that it gives confidence to the politicians and to the people at large?
Well, everybody, all the political parties, the civil society groups and organizations, and all the election observers were allowed to witness the distribution of materials. And you can see that the Electoral Management Body also got their vehicles from the contiguous areas to assist in the movement of materials. So at our own level, at the level of civil society groups and organizations, we are ready for these particular elections. We have deployed our observers, we have collected our materials, and everything is moving on smoothly. And we can only wish the people of Ekiti State well in this election.
Thank you, Festus. That's Festus Okoye. He's an election observer here. Thank you. I guess so much we'll still talk to you later in town. Just a moment before I come back to you, Chamberlain. There is a resident here who also can give us an understanding, so our viewers can have a sense of what is happening on ground and the preparation of the people of Ekiti for this poll is a very crucial one. Good morning. You're a resident here. Tell me, what's your name, please?
Mr. Olanikwe Sunday.
All right. Tell me, we have seen a lot of security here. Are you afraid to go out to vote?
I'm not afraid to go out at all. I even thank the federal government to give us more security to protect life and property of people of Ekiti State.
All right, great. From the preparation that you have heard, of course there are no advertisements on radio and all of that, but do you have confidence in the Election Commission, INEC, to conduct a free and fair polls here?
I have confidence in the INEC that they will conduct a free and fair poll to let our people of Ekiti see that they are working.
Thank you so much. Thank you for talking to us. Chamberlain, well, that is the situation from the observer's point of view, from a resident point of view, and from what we have been monitoring so far. It's going to be a very crucial election. The eyes of the whole world is on Ekiti State at this moment.
Well done. Thank you very much indeed, Seun Okinbaloye, speaking to us live from Ekiti. And do be careful about those motorcycles I see just going behind you, Seun. All right, we'll be back here and take a look at what we've got next.